Hello everyone, it's a good day for free speech in Ireland. Yesterday, Helen McEntee, the Minister for Justice, announced that the much despised hate speech bill will not proceed because of lack of consensus among the political establishment. Now this isn't because of lack of consensus amongst the political establishment, this is because of the pushback by ordinary people because of that. So well done to everybody who spoke out against this. Well done to anybody who campaigns, petitions, and we all know it got international exposure as well, with many people speaking out against this internationally that made Ireland a complete and utter laughingstock. Because in the first instance, the whole idea of hate was ill-defined, wasn't defined. Hate is an emotion, and it is impossible to define a word that is an emotion. So the first instance, as I said, it was ill-defined. Second instance, it would have brought people towards a dystopian nightmare in terms of the criminalisation of people for voicing their opinion that goes against the political and government's narrative. And that's critically important in a democracy, to have freedom of expression where people can voice their view despite whatever their view is, because it's so important to have critique, dissent, and as I said, people to voice their views on policies of the state or various opinions, whether you agree or disagree with it. You're entitled to have your view, to forensically examine all issues of society. And it is very important as well to note that this has been pushed by so many government organisations. People would call them non-government organisations, but they get so much government funding that they essentially are another arm of the state. Up to 23 groups signed up to support this hate speech legislation. So, well done to everybody for speaking out in this. Well done for people not slipping ourselves into a dystopian nightmare. But it is important to note that the fight is not over, because of the struggle that ordinary people have always stood together for their basic rights. All of our rights were struggled for and won. They weren't given to us by any benevolent or kind leader. They were struggled for and won, and it's through people speaking out. It's critically important now more than ever to avoid us sliding further into a dystopian nightmare where people are afraid or feel they have to self-censor themselves about speaking out. So people should use their voices to speak out and keep speaking their truth out as well. And it is very important as well within this, because even Helen McEntee herself said a number of months ago that there was no recourse in the legislation for incitement to hatred in the legislation. There is an Incitement to Hatred Act from 1989 that could be strengthened, and she is looking now at strengthening this legislation. But again, we all know there's an election coming up, and this is part of their agenda, because they know there's a huge pushback because of the referendum defeats, and they also know there's a huge pushback because of what's going on in our society with the immigration chaos, where they're acting against the interests of the vast majority of people. So we need to put the needs of people first here in Ireland. And as I've said, it is very important that they're on the back foot now, and through people using their voices, people speaking out, people talking to their friends, talking to their neighbours, and as I've said, and I can't express it critically enough, it's important to use whatever platforms you have to keep speaking out. And thanks very much for all the support with all of my videos. I'm very grateful to everyone who has shared them, because it's important that the real message gets out and the real truth gets out to what's really going on in our society, as the political classes are hell-bent on destroying any notion of having democratic rights, such as a right to freedom of expression, which is sacrosanct in any society, more so now than ever, with all the madness that pervades discourse in our society and internationally as well. So thanks for the support, and well done to everybody who spoke up against this. But it's very important to note that this will probably be put on the back burner, and post an election it'll probably come back on the agenda or be used in some other way to drag it in forward as well. So it's important to note to be on your guard against these people at the top of society who are more interested in serving their globalist bosses and their interests in the European Union, the World Economic Forum, than the interests of ordinary people here in Ireland. So thanks a lot for the support, and keep sharing my videos, and please subscribe. Take care. Slán.